Welcome everybody to the Latin Nerds Network. My name is Jose, and this is my review for the Batman. That's right, Batman is back. I for one am very excited. I was highly anticipating this film. A lot of good talk, the last couple of days, it being reviewed and overseas and etc. So I was really excited to see what they could do with this. Of course, here we have Matt Reeves, taking the directorial chair, bringing his vision to the new era of the Cape Crusader, if you will. So I'll say it's off the bat. It's so good. It's so good, so well made. I love this movie. It's really good. It's definitely worthy addition to the Batman lore in the series, and of course, it's one of the better Batmans. I'm not gonna say it's the best Batman. I'll let you guys debate that on your own time. It's a different discussion for a different day, but it's really good, incredibly well executed by Matt Reeves. Kudos to him. I think he hit a home run here, and there's so many things that work in this film, and try to keep this as concise and short as possible. Obviously, this is obviously non-spoiler, which always makes it hard to talk about. But listen, so much things work. The cast, let's start with there. The cast is great, of course. Robert Pattinson, of course. Everybody's complaining the Twilight guy, but listen, he's a really good actor. He's proven that with a lot of smaller movies over the years. He's really good. He's got a great portrayal of Batman here. He really fits. It works. Besides seeing Colin Farrell as the Penguin, he's unrecognizable, and I thought he was really great. He's a lot of fun. Turturro's great as Falcone. We got Jeffrey Wright as Gordon. He's really good. Paul Dano as Riddler. I loved a lot. I'll get more on him in a second. And kudos to even Zoe Kravitz, of course, who plays Selena Kyle. Catwoman, I guess, aka. And I thought she really brought some energy and spunk to the role. I thought she stole the show. Great chemistry with Pattinson, and I really liked her character a lot. What they did with her in the story really, really worked. So kudos to all around to everyone in the film, particularly, of course, Matt Reeves, who deserves a lot of the credit here. And a couple of things that really stood out. And one was that, and this is one of my only concerns going into the film, was what are we going to get? What kind of version of Batman are we getting? Because let's be honest, we've seen Batman 1,000 times, whether it be Tim Burton's Vision, all the way down to the Schumacher, to of course Christopher Nolan's little more darker, realistic, not darker, more grounded, realistic take on the Cape Crusader here. So I wanted to see do something. What are they gonna do with it? Do something different, right? And they do that. He nails it here, giving us, it still keeps it like Nolan, kind of grounded in reality to some as much as you can with any comic book film, but it's much darker, grittier, edgier here. The tone is really something we haven't seen before in Batman. So I'm glad they brought that to the table and really leaned on that. Based on that first trailer, you get a lot of sense of Seven, right? And that really comes to fruition here. That's exactly the vibe that this movie has at times. A big reason for that was, of course, as the Riddler, right? Great villain here. Paul Dano did a great job. He was creepy, he was scary. I loved his motivations, the execution of his plan. All that really hit home here. It really did really well with that. And he was it was kind of funny but creepy, but he kind of reminded me of a cross between the Joker and Jigsaw from Saw. And when you see the movie, you know what I'm talking about, and that's a good thing. So those good characters to draw from here, because Riddler he's a ridiculous character in the comics, and we saw Jim Carrey's really bad portrayal of that years ago, of course, in Batman Forever, I think it was. But here they made this character work, right, and within keeping the tone of the film, and that really added to it. So kudos to, again, Matt Reeves for that. I really enjoyed it. But again, there's so much to like. I like the fact that they didn't give us again another backstory of Batman. Why? It's not an origin story. We know his parents died. I get it. We've seen it 1,000 times. We didn't need to see it again, and we don't. What they do, what I like, is they do still reference that, of course, because you have to. That's part of the essence of who Batman is. But they kind of weave this backstory of Thomas Wayne and Martha into a narrative here which makes sense and is different. We haven't seen before. Something brought new to the table here, and it serves to kind of support some of the motivations behind the Riddler's plan. So I really liked how that was done. The parallels between the Riddler and Batman really work, and Robert Pattinson, his darker tone to it. Obviously this new Batman, having this vengeance, right, profile. This is what he's portrayed himself as. He's vengeance, right? And what that does and how that affects the citizens of Gotham, and he starts to see that, particularly towards the end of the film. I thought that really worked well. It was very subtly done, so I really appreciated that. Like I said, a lot of good things here, and the action's really cool. Great set pieces. There's a car chase scene which really, really works. I like the fighting. A lot of cool gadgets. and even some stuff that Bruce Wayne or Batman uses when he's doing his detective thing, which they do lean on more than any of the prior Batman. So a lot of old school Batman fans are really gonna appreciate that. But there's a lot of things that Matt Reeves, again, he brings different things to the table. It's not the same old guy. It's just one thing, of course, the grappling hook, that's gotta be there. But there's other things that he does which I thought were really interesting. It's like, oh, that's unique, that's cool. I haven't seen that before. So again, kudos to Matt Reeves for giving us a different, fresh take with things that we haven't seen. That's what I wanted to see here, and this is what we got. My only really complaint really is the length. This is a 2 hour 45 minutes without credits. There's no credit scenes. There's no reason to stick around for the 25-minute credits. You know how that goes. But could they shave down 15, 20 minutes? Sure. Of course they could. Any movie that's 3 hours is going to feel 3 hours. It just is. But that being said, it's got a good cadence to it. It's very well paced, very good story, good characters, and you're engaged throughout here. Could have been shorter, yes, of course, but all that notwithstanding, this is a well-made, executed film. I think Batman fans are really going to enjoy it. This new version of it. I can't wait to see what they do down the road. They do tease something towards the end of the film, which I think a lot of fans are going to find very interesting. But ultimately, listen, this is a home run. This is a win. Batman fans are going to enjoy it. You guys should definitely watch it. Absolutely, you should, and I'm sure you are. But all that being said, when you do watch it, come back, comment below, let me know what you guys thought about the film, like it or not, whatever the case is. How would you rank this film? I have my thoughts, and I'll get to that in a spoiler review, of course, on my show Nurse-Planning with Eric De Silva every Thursday. But that being said, don't forget to comment below, and of course, as always, don't forget to feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.